Right, good morning everyone, and I want to declare open this council meeting for Wednesday the 5th of November. Now we've got one item on the agenda which is a very important item today, and that is about the development of either a playground or a skateboard park at Gladiola Park. Right. And so, councillors, I don't need to move that agenda because we've just got one, but I'm going to start first of all with apologies, and I've got 2 apologies noted here, Councillor Roma and Councillor Nadan. So is someone going to move those apologies for me? From the back. I think Councillor Waite, you're going to move them, aren't you? Yep, so she's going to move. And who's going to second those apologies? Thank you. So we've got a mover and a seconder. Now I'm going to ask you all to vote on that. So all those in favour, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is there anyone against? No, that's a good start. That's a good start.
Excuse me, Your Worship, would you like to go to the board for that vote?
Well, you know what, Democracy Manager, I think that's a quite straightforward one.
Okay.
But I have a feeling that when we get to skate parks and playgrounds, we're definitely going to have to go to the board because I think it's going to be quite complicated. Okay, so we've got one agenda item. And look, I suppose I should have moved the agenda because even though we've got one item, I think that's the proper thing to do. So I'm going to move the one agenda item and I'm going to look for a seconder. So who's going to second that for me? I think Councillor Paul is, aren't you? Yes. Good. All right, so we're going to vote again. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Great, carried. All right, so we move on to the report. Now, councillors, you should have a report in front of you in relation to this item, and we've got our Manager for Parks and Open Spaces, Sally Sheedy, here, who's going to talk to us about the report. Okay, so over to you, Sally. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Your Worship, the Mayor and your councillors. As you can see from the report in front of you today, I have been approached by 2 community groups. They have grand aspirations for the development of Gladiola Park. The extreme seesaw enthusiasts want to develop a playground within the park for under 5-year-olds. They believe playgrounds provided by the 2 local schools cater for age groups from 5 years onwards. The I Live to Kickflip Trust would like to develop a skate park on the park to provide equipment for all ages and abilities. They see this development as providing a space where people can learn to skate and to hold national competitions. So it would be a fantastic facility for the city. Both groups will fundraise to support their proposed developments and are seeking commitment from council to enable their fundraising to continue. The I Live to Kickflip Trust have already raised $100,000. The commitment being asked from you today from both groups is $700,000. While I would like to accept both of these proposals, as they would provide great community facilities, Gladiola Park is not big enough to accommodate both a playground and a skate park. As the city has limited skate facilities, the staff recommendation is to support the proposal as presented by I Live to Kickflip Trust. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have today to help you in your decisions.
Okay, thank you, Sally, for that summary. Okay, councillors, so we've got a very good report here and we've got a very good map at the back that shows the location of where this proposal relates to. So now I'm going to ask if you've got any questions about the report or for Sally. Has anyone got any questions that they want to ask?
Is Hamilton City... Oh, thank you, Your Worship.
And direct the question down there to Sally so that she can hear what you're saying.
Is the Hamilton City Council willing to pay for the trust?
So if I can through the chair, yes. The question in front of you today is for a support of providing $700,000 to the proposal. The seesaw enthusiasts are looking to raise $100,000, so a total I think of $800,000 for the playground. And for the skate park, the trust is looking at fundraising I think $600,000 in total. So both community groups are willing to share the costs for the developments.
Okay, and what I'm hearing from you is that for the council it's the same cost either way.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
all right, thank you. Now, are there any other questions for Sally? Anyone else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. Why are the seesaw enthusiasts only making a playground for year 5 and under kids?
Ah, right. Good question.
And through the chair, the reasons that they have given is that both of the schools have playgrounds, and they feel that those playgrounds provide for 5+ and onwards. So they just want to have a playground that is for under 5 within the park.
Okay, thank you. That's a very good question. Who else has got a question? Yes, Councillor Wade.
Thank you, Your Worship. Is the rest of the money needed coming out of the taxpayers' pockets?
Right. Coming out of our ratepayers' pockets, is it?
Yes, it will be, yes.
Right. Okay, so councillors, what that means is that the people that live in the city that pay rates have to pay this money if we're going to proceed with this proposal. Okay, any other questions? If you've got a question, off you go.
Thank you, Worship. Why do we need another park? Because we have a lot of playgrounds at Hamilton and we don't have enough skate parks at Hamilton.
Yeah, that's right. So have you, Sally, spoken to the group that want the playground about that? Because there are a lot of playgrounds in the city.
Yes, we have. So we've had quite a bit of dialogue with that group, and there is another playground that provides facilities for all ages in Petunia Park, which is only 500 metres away. So we have talked to them about that, but they feel that there's still a need for that local community.
Okay. Right. Other questions? Yes, another
Thank you, Your
question. Go for it.
Have you talked to the schools and asked them what they want?
Both of the community groups have canvassed the local community as well as the schools, and the recommendation from staff is for the skate park because we don't have many within the city and feel that it would be a good addition to this local community.
So, Sally, have we as a council spoken to what the schools, spoken to the schools and asked them what they want? And what did they say?
It was in support for the skate park.
The skate
facility.
park, yes, okay. So they feel that there's enough playgrounds, and the one at Petunia is enough, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, all right. I think that's a pretty important point. Okay, has anyone else got any other questions? I've got some questions about the money, because at the end of the day, the money's pretty important. So, Sally, this money, this $700,000, either proposal that we would have to find, where have we got budget for that money, or where would we get that money from if it's not budgeted?
So we would need to look at some savings within other developments we're going to do on parks and open spaces.
Right.
However, there is a plan in not this year, next year for a skate park, so we could bring that funding forward.
Okay, so what you're saying is we haven't allocated any money in our budget for this one, so this has come out of, something we weren't prepared for.
Yes.
Okay, so if we went ahead with either of these proposals and we wanted to start it straight away, what would we have to put off that we were going to do?
We would most probably need to put off another playground development within the city.
Right, okay.
Yes.
And do this one instead.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I think that's quite relevant as well because someone else would miss out. Yep, okay. All right, has anyone got other questions? No? We feel like we know everything about the report? Yeah? Okay. Sally, I've got another question. What else is on the park that they are interested in putting the playground or the skate park on? What else have we got on that park?
At the moment, the park is relatively undeveloped, so it's just an open space. As you can see from the aerial, there's some trees there, and there is a footpath that is used to connecting the two schools.
Okay.
Part of the development for both would need to look at providing some shade, some drinking fountains, some seats and some rubbish bins as well.
Right, okay. Toilets?
No toilets.
No toilets, all right.
So
does the 700,000 for our cost, does that include providing the shade, the
Yes, it
seats and
does.
stuff?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. But no toilets?
No toilets.
Where are the closest toilets from there?
So the closest toilets are, the schools are very good, and they do have toilets that are available because they also provide their playgrounds for community use too. So there's toilets associated with that.
Okay. Okay, so each of those schools let anyone use those playgrounds?
They do, yes.
Okay. All right, that's pretty interesting stuff. Okay, any other questions? Right. All right, councillor, so that tells me that you're ready to decide what you want to do. Now, if we go to page 1 of our report under the heading Recommendations from Management, what the staff are recommending is that we write to the Seesaw enthusiasts and the Kickflip Trust to thank them for nominating and supporting the development, and that we confirm to the Kickflip Trust that we're going to work with them to develop a design for the skate park. Okay, so does anyone want to move that recommendation or something different to what the staff have written? Are you going to move that? All right, what are you going to move? You tell me which one. Is it going to be what's written?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Great.
Thank you, Your Worship. I would like to move a motion for the skateboarding park plan to go ahead.
Right. Who's going to second that? Okay. Oh, lots of people. Right. You know what? I might pick someone that hasn't. Now, Bogner, is that you down there? Have I got that right? All right, we've got that recorded. Very good. Now, what I'm going to ask councillors to do now is if you want to speak for the skate park happening or you want to speak against the skate park happening, you need to raise your hand, and when I come to you, you stand up and speak to us about why you're supporting it or why you're not supporting it. Okay? And when you do that, you start by saying, I support the skate park, or I don't support the skate park because. All right, so who would like to go first to speak about it? Anyone? All right, off you go.
I have chosen to support the skate park because there are far too many playgrounds in Hamilton and not as many skateboard parks. The skateboard park has been planned to be designed to meet all ages and abilities, as the playgrounds has been planned for only to focus on 5-year-olds and under, although there are 2 schools on the side of the park.
Yep, very good. All right. Anyone else want to speak? Yes, okay, off you go.
I support the skateboard park because I think it says that there's tutors that teach kids how to skate there. So I think it's good.
Good idea, all right. Who else wants? Off you go.
I support skateboard park because in 2 schools there are already playgrounds and there are no skateboard parks. So yeah.
Okay, very good. Anyone else want to speak for them or against the skate park? Is there anyone that's against the skate park that wants to speak? No? Might be a unanimous decision. All right, I'm going to speak for the skate park, and these are my reasons. There are a lot of playgrounds in the city, and in this location we've already got 2 playgrounds on the schools, and they open them up for the public to use, so I don't think we need another one. Number 2, we do have a shortage of skate parks, and we've been talking about doing a skate park for a long time, and although we've got one planned in a few years' time, I would like to see it happen sooner. So I think that's a good idea. And number 3, Sally has assured me that she can work within her budgets to make this happen, because I'm always worried about the money, and she's assured me that she's going to be able to sort her budget out to enable this to happen. And the other reason is I'm very pleased that the skate park people have gone off and started finding money to really support their proposal, and I think that it's good for us to support them because they've gone out already and started doing that. So that's why I'm going to support it. Now, does anyone else want to speak? Okay, now we're going to go to the board to vote. Is the board on? The board is on. Okay, so if you are voting for the skate park, you're going to vote yes, and if you're voting against it, you're going to vote no. Now, do you know how to work your buttons in front of you? All right, we're going to vote now. Off you go. Wow, there we go.
Carried, Your Worship, 11 votes for, 0 against.
All right. Okay, councillors, so that resolution's been passed. So, Sally, you're going to go off now and talk with the trusts and do the letters. And I think it would be really helpful if you report back to another council meeting in a few months' time to let us know how that's going. And we'll get some feedback about that. Right, thank you very much for your report. All right, councillors, so there are no other agenda items on the council meeting today. So I'm going to now declare the council meeting closed. Thank you very much. Right, we're finished. Yes, there is lunch, yes. Hey, well done, guys. I think you did a really good job. It's pretty scary, isn't it? Yeah. Sort of trying to think what you want to say, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Did you think the topic was a good one? I thought the topic was a very good one, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so Sally, if this is a bit of a barometer about skate parks, you know, I think that's worthy of, note. Hey, Councillor O'Leary, thank you very much. You've done another brilliant job with getting the kids to come in. I think it's a really great opportunity to see how we work and actually participate. So thanks very much for organising it. Well done, guys. Fantastic.
Group photo?
Yeah, group photo.
Group photo with the mayor. Jump round the front.
Thank you, Jude. That's very good. Well done.